Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another speed build. Today we are building a tiny cabin which is partially submerged in a lake in the world of Granite Falls. So here you can see me kind of drawing out a body of water which is made out of a pool, and we end up making a tiny house that you enter from the main level, and part of it is above water, but most of it is underwater, and you get to view out into the beautiful lake. And I thought that would be a really fun idea to do. This is actually combining a couple of suggestions that a couple of you guys have left, both a cabin build and an underwater home. So that's something I've been wanting to do for a while, actually. It's been on my to-do list ever since I saw a bunch of the builds that Thomas TV was doing at underwater homes, and I just thought they were so cool and that'd be a fun idea to go ahead and try out on my own. So that's what we're doing here today, and I just thought like a cabin with a view under a lake would be so cool. Can you imagine all the creatures you'd see? It might be kind of scary, honestly, but I think it'd be kind of cool. And in The Sims, it works out pretty well. So I'm not entirely sure how much this house would be to buy because I did place it in a vacation world. But if you leave it in a vacation world and you want to stay here, it will cost your Sims 633 simoleons a night to stay here. However, you can place this in any world and live in it. It is on the gallery. That is linked down below if you'd like to click on that link to bring you directly to the gallery website. Or in-game, you can just search my origin ID, which is Gryphi, and that info is also down below. We're just about to start working on the floor plan for this house, which actually came together pretty easily. I did stretch the bottom of the home a little bit downstairs because I wanted to make sure there was enough room for a bedroom, and this ends up being a house that I have 2 single beds in, so I had imagined this is a home that you would probably come and stay in as like a couple of friends. Of course, if you want to move in here, or not move in here, but like come visit this lot and you wanted it to be a double bed, you can have that switched out pretty easily as well. But if you want Sims that can woohoo here, but you don't want to edit the house at all, I did supply a woohoo bush on the lot, so got you all covered in that regard. But we're just gonna finish out the path here in the front of the house. Although I kind of focused more on the back of the house, the one overlooking the lake, but this is the front side that you're gonna be accessing through the center of Granite Falls. But I definitely paid more attention to the back of the house because I think it's a little bit prettier, but both of them have outdoor living spaces. There's just a nice place to sit down looking over the lake. And then in the front of the house, there ends up being a table and chairs that you can eat at, but there's one inside as well. I also really enjoyed using this tree from Outdoor Retreat. I think most of these trees are from that pack. I used a lot of that in this since it is in Granite Falls, but this tree that like bends over the house I think is so cute. I feel like I don't use that tree very often, but it is a really, really pretty tree, and when I find a reason to use it, I'm just like, yes, this is perfect. But we're just figuring out the window situation down here. I wanted to have big modern windows downstairs and then the more traditional cabin windows upstairs, which I thought worked out pretty well. It's just like a fun idea. I feel like this was a really cool build and I was really enjoying it, but I think we're trying to find some items to put in the water now. So I sized up this like toy boat and I'll put it up on top of the water to look like it was just kind of floating there, which I thought was kind of cute. And I really wanted to add a window up here, but I didn't like how any of them looked, so I didn't end up adding a window in the end, but I did add some like details up there, which we'll see momentarily. And I also added a bunch of plants and rocks and stuff under the water. I thought that was more realistic than just having a clear pool because I didn't really want it to look like a pool. I wanted it to look like a lake. I mean, it still kind of looks like a pool because I didn't cover every like edge and stuff. I wanted your Sims to be able to get in here and swim around, but I think it came out pretty cool in the end. And I also found this sign from Granite Falls, or what's the name of the pack? Outdoor Retreat. So I wanted to go ahead and place that in the background because this is a camping spot. And here we are placing those rocks. I sized up a bunch of rocks and put them under the water. And then the main plant I used is this big leafy flat plant that we got with Jungle Adventure, which I thought looked nice. And then some of the ferns down there as well, just to try and make it look a little bit more lived in. I believe we also, yeah, there we go. We painted the floor to have like more of a rocky texture on the bottom that looked a little bit more like a natural flooring, and then the walls as well to be like a little bit more of like a brown color. But here we are about to add all of these little details on the outside of the cabin, which I really liked. I absolutely adored working on this back porch here. I love that shelf. I'd never use that shelf. It's so cute. And so the seating and this little, what is it called? Like a wreath from laundry day I thought worked out pretty well. And then I used these details. I'm not really sure what they are, but they kind of looked like the ends of logs coming out of a log cabin. So I changed the color of them here, but I put those on all the four corners of this home. I thought it looked really cute and just added a little bit of extra detail for that cabin look I was really going for. And I'm pretty happy with how it came out in the end, but we're just going to be adding those to the corners in the back or the front of the home, I suppose. And I'm going to keep saying that. Like, I keep getting confused because I think of the back of the lot as the front of the lot and the front as the back, but that's okay. Now we're just decorating this back porch though, and it is so cute. I really liked adding this little light from Seasons, which we added on the interior of the home as well. And I just think that this back porch overlooking the water is so cute and cozy, and I feel like it'd be a great place to just kind of relax on your vacation. It's not technically possible, but I think this would be a cute fishing spot. Can you imagine like just being in your like little cabin and throwing your fishing line over and just reeling in some dinner? Like, that just sounds so cute. I wish that was a possibility, but it is unfortunately not. I guess I could have placed down one of those fishing debug items so then you could fish here, but I did not think to do that. But that's something you could definitely add if you wanted to. But we're working on the front of the house now. I just added a planter, or two planters up here as well. I don't think I put fake plants in them like I did in the back. I left them open so you could plant some of the things that you find in Granite Falls. There's some cool plants here. The whole world here is just really pretty. I think it's really enjoyable to like hike around, go to the Hidden Hermits lot, and just like the national park and everything. It's just like a cool experience. There's not a ton to do, but I feel like it's a nice storytelling element, and it's a nice change of pace from your like everyday go to work, come home situation with your Sims. And I just really like vacation worlds for that reason. Like this in Salvadorada, I hope we get more in the future. I would love a vacation that is like a beach world, because we don't have that yet. And I know some people want it to be like a residential world, and that'd be cool too, but I feel like we had that in The Sims 3, and I'd like a vacation world kind of like in The Sims 2. Wasn't it like Twiggy Island, I think? I think that would be fantastic, because I just imagine my Sims going on vacations to beach worlds, even though that's not something I personally enjoy. I know a lot of people do, and I feel like that's really realistic for my Sims. And I've had a lot of Sims I felt like, yes, they need to just go like relax on a beach, get a nice tan, drink some fruity drinks, and that's not really a thing right now. I mean, we do have like beaches you can see and like walk up to the water in Brindleton Bay or on like the island in Windenburg, but it's not really the beach I'm talking about. I'm talking about like go lay on the beach, like on a towel, go play in the water. That would be so nice, and hopefully one day we will get something like that in the game. Anyway, back to the build. We are finishing up the outside here and about to go inside, and I used this flooring, which I think is from Spooky Stuff, and then the wallpaper that is on the exterior of the house I used on the interior as well. I just wanted it to be like full on log cabin, and then some of these more yellowed appliances in here, which I thought was really cute, and just fit the like worn in, like used older cabin style home that I was thinking of. I felt like I really wanted this place to look like you're renting out somebody's home. So it's a vacation tiny home that you can visit when you're traveling, but I imagine it's kind of like an Airbnb where this is somebody's home and they rent it out during certain times of year when more people want to come here, or it's like their second home that they rent out. So it's pretty personalized, but it's like a cozy place you can come and enjoy nature, and I thought it would just be a really cool place to put a lot of these collectibles. Like there's some fish up. I ended up putting some postcards as well. We have like a little bug over here. I think I put down a firefly if I'm remembering correctly. And I really like this table as well, which I think came with Seasons with the tablecloth on it. I thought it was just kind of fun colors for this area. And then we're just adding a couple of things like tea and bread and all of that for your Sims when they are staying here. And of course, plants. I have put plants absolutely everywhere in every build, so this one is no exception. There is no indoor and outdoor trash can. There is just an outdoor one, but I put it in the house. So that's where you're going to be throwing out trash. I thought it just fit the vibe I was going for really well. And then this table from Cats and Dogs, which is one of my favorite tables. I just feel like it doesn't fit in a lot of houses, so I don't use it that often. And now we're just trying to figure out the layout down here with the doors, because I wanted to make sure there was enough space for everything you needed in the bathroom. But we make a bookshelf down here. We also end up having this chess table over against the windows on the other side of the room. And then I do combine two sofas down here. So it makes it so the 2 inner seats are not usable, but this will seat 3 people, which, you know, it takes up more space, but I think it looks really cute. So that's why I did it. And there was enough space to do it. And then I just kind of merged this coffee table in the corner here to have a place to put a light. And I actually used 2 of those lamps to kind of make a different shaped lamp, which I thought was really fun. And I just think it ends up being really cozy down here. We end up adding, obviously, seating for the chess table, but there ends up being a old TV down here as well. And some more plants because I have to. Just plants have to be absolutely everywhere. And some pretty flowers. And I just love the views down here. You can sit down here, you can watch TV, you can play chess, you can just chat. But you have the view into the lake, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And I was really excited about. I thought about using this log for something, but I couldn't figure out what to use it for, so I didn't do that in the end. However, I do go ahead and find the TV remote at some point. I scroll forever through debug. It is a intimidating thing to go through, but you can actually just search for the remote once you have debug turned on. So that's what I did, just placing a rug down here, and then we're going to be grabbing a table for the middle. I struggled between those 2, and then I ended up getting rid of them and using that trunk with a bunch of books on it instead, because I thought that was kind of like really cozy, and this would be a nice place to like curl up and read a book, just watching through the window. It just seems so peaceful, so we do switch that out a little bit later. And I'm pretty happy with it. But we're just adding a mirror over here, and I think we're about to swap that out. Here we are with that. I think this is such a cool item. That came with cats and dogs, I think. I don't use it very often, but I love that item. It's so detailed. I definitely want more stuff like that in the game. And then we're just adding some blinds in here so that if you don't want to look out into the water at all times of day and night, like maybe at night it'd be a good idea to close that, because there'd be a lot of light coming from in here, and that might disrupt whatever sea life, or not sea life, like lake life, whatever wildlife is in the water. They might be more attracted to try and like come see you if it was dark out and it's light in the house. I don't know. I just thought it'd be nice to be able to close those if you didn't want to look out at all times of the day. And then this is the basic bathroom we'd have down here. Nothing too crazy. I did get to use that shower from Outdoor Retreat though, which I don't know if I've ever used, so that was kind of nice to be able to use some items that I don't use as often, but it's pretty simple in here, just adding a little rug. And then in here we're going to be having these 2 beds, and there's a dresser between them. I did play test this, so everything works, which is great. But anyway, we're going to be coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that little bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. But I really hope that you guys did enjoy this vacation home. It is on the gallery. That link is down below. And we'll be going on to screenshot shortly. Oh my god, this was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.
I am sitting at this bar trying to forget all the fun we used to have. Even though I'm better and time has passed, now I wonder where your mind's at. In my dreams I pick you up, I just wanna make it right. I know all about your troubles, wanna drown into your eyes and feel your blue